Please welcome the Vice President of Global Specialists and Partners at AWS, Dr. Ruba Borno.
Good afternoon, Las Vegas. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for those of you joining us around the world. I want to thank you so much for being here and welcome you to the Partner Advantage keynote. Today, you will witness how AWS and our partners are driving customer outcomes so extraordinary they feel like magic. We will lean into the tension of what is believable and what isn't, what is illusion and what is reality. And we will close that gap to reveal a fundamental truth, that magic is simply science we don't yet understand. Now, our goal today is to shed light on this science, to give you confidence to think bigger. And the examples we share today show us just the beginning of what is possible. You will see how a 100-year-old company is redefining their future, and how a healthcare network unlocked revenue and delivered better patient experiences at the same time. We will see an automotive giant integrate customer experiences and insights into their supply chain, and how to navigate unpredictable environments to transform a sport for the athletes and fans. And last but not least, how to use responsible AI as a culture guardian to protect and preserve the most sacred data for future generations. Each of these customers have common fundamental building blocks that comprise this science behind the magical outcomes. So let's start with agentic AI, a revolutionary leap that is defining a new future. A future where customers and partners are differentiating themselves with their own data and have the complete confidence to reimagine their businesses because of a secure foundation. But imagination is nothing without the right tools. And that's why we've invested in building the broadest toolkit in the industry. To reach those extraordinary outcomes, you need one more ingredient. And that ingredient acts as a catalyst: the people, the AWS Partner Network. Today, agents and autonomous systems are reshaping how we work and live, and we together are at the leading edge of this change. And this isn't incremental change. It is the most significant technological shift since the internet itself. AWS and our partners are harnessing the power of this technology to build a new reality. We're witnessing this science in action at one of the most prolific media companies in the world today. Their customer attention was fragmented, and so was their data. Their industry was facing disruption, and they had to invent a new approach to delivering customer experiences to millions of people across the globe. Known for brands like Vogue, The New York Times, The New Yorker, and Vanity Fair, Condé Nast has built a media empire over the last 115 years. And while they had vast data across 22 publications, they were operating in silos. But with the help of AWS and our partners, they unified that data to deliver millions of personalized experiences to humans around the world. Please welcome the leader shaping the future of Condé Nast, Chief Technology Officer Sanjay Bhakta.
Thank you, Ruba, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to tell you a story of how a 115-year-old publishing icon transformed into a modern digital media powerhouse. As you saw, Condé Nast owns some of the world's most influential brands, powered by extraordinary journalism, and we reach over 1 billion people globally. When I joined Condé Nast in January of 2020, we had some digital presence, but our business was still mostly print. As hard as it is to believe, we didn't have an HR system and we didn't have a finance system. And we were facing existential threats from social media platforms and 15-second-long video clips. We operated across 12 markets, 22 plus global brands, and 9 languages. We still do. Each market had its own mix of brands, infrastructure platforms, and product platforms. Our number one priority at the time was global consolidation. Getting to a single content platform on AWS, one single API stack, and one global front-end framework powering all of our brands globally in every market. This gave us a solid foundation that was global, multi-region, and resilient. Our editorial teams could finally collaborate with each other, and our content could easily be syndicated across markets and languages using AI-based translation. Our product teams were able to create reusable capabilities and launch them globally. But as with every transformation, new challenges emerged. Our legacy workflows weren't built for real-time publishing. We lacked a cohesive data strategy or an ability to experiment and a unified view of our customers. Our 4 digital business lines often conflicted with each other, and simple decisions like a paywall became an emotional argument rather than a data-driven decision. Our data estate back in 2020 was extremely fragmented. We had multiple data warehouses, no taxonomy, no governance, no consistent way of extracting insights. So we created a deliberate AI-ready data strategy. Snowplow became our real-time data pipeline for high-quality behavioral data, and Databricks became our central lakehouse due to its seamless integration with AWS storage, compute, and activation stack. As we stand today, we have instrumented every user touchpoint globally with Snowplow, unifying all user behavior data into a single Databricks lakehouse. This has created a foundation for accurate modeling, ML feature generation, and trusted reporting. This stack unlocked cross-cutting capabilities, allowed us to integrate our customer data platform with Databricks, enabled us to do sophisticated multivariate testing, and gave us a true 360-degree customer view and an identity spine. In order to implement your AI strategy, trust in your data is the most essential thing. We invested heavily in governance, semantics, business definitions, taxonomy, data lineage, and data quality using Databricks Unity Catalog. This allowed us to scale our AI with confidence. This strategy has enabled us to meet the challenges I mentioned earlier. Real-time analytics for events and live streams became a major part of our digital shift. Starting from nothing, we built a live streaming platform in AWS, and we streamed the first live event, which was the Met Gala of May 2021, right after the pandemic. Since then, we have streamed hundreds of events on this platform. And as you can see from the Met Gala we had recently in May 2025, the numbers are absolutely staggering. We had 54% more engagement than the Grammy Awards. We had nearly 400% more engagement than the Golden Globes. And here's the kicker, a whopping 522% more engagement than the Super Bowl. Subscriptions are our second largest digital revenue stream, and New Yorker is our biggest subscription brand. Our data strategy enables personalized subscription flows and sophisticated testing to reduce friction and increase subscription conversion. This year, the New Yorker celebrated 100 years. and it also surpassed 1 million paid subscribers. There are 3 key lessons that we learned on this journey. First, reframe your legacy as a competitive advantage. Modernize capabilities while honoring your brand strengths. Second, take a sequential approach. Organize your data first before trying to extract insight. Bring AI to your data rather than trying to take your data to AI. And most importantly, align every team around one trusted data strategy. Finally, choose the right partners based on openness, security, and interoperability. The right partners reduce transformation time by years. Our business outcomes have also been extremely remarkable. Despite headwinds affecting publishers, we have grown our audiences, we have increased loyalty, and we have dramatically increased time spent on our digital properties, all driven by personalization and a better user experiences, complemented by our world-class journalism. We have not only created value for our business, we have also reduced operational costs by over $10 million by consolidating on AWS and Databricks. We now have 66 digital properties representing 22 plus brands globally, unified on AWS, powered by a powerful data strategy. We have shifted from being a print-centric to a modern digital business. Decisions are now data-driven and not opinion-driven, and workflows that we once thought were impossible are now a reality. We have flipped our revenue to 70% digital and 30% print. And one more thing, we now actually have a global financial system and a global HR system. Based on running, years of running AI and ML models on Databricks and AWS, we have built an AI-powered contracts management and rights clearance system using AWS Bedrock, SageMaker, and Marketplace tools. This has reduced our rights clearance workflow from weeks down to minutes. We recently also deployed an AI-powered content moderation system for user-generated content, and that leverages Amazon Nova Pro. And we are now in the process of vectorizing all of our content in Databricks, which will allow us to hyper-personalize our user experiences and also make our content ready for discovery by LLMs in real time. And we are just getting started. We are looking forward to building more on AWS Agent Core and Databricks Lakebase and Databricks AgentBricks. Print is what defined us. Digital expanded us, and now AI and data has transformed us and continues to transform us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay. What an amazing story. And I love the lessons that he shared and talking about how AI is going to transform the business in the future. Condé Nast is redefining how media companies engage with their audiences. Now, their solution is delivering data-driven and unique experiences. But their journey also highlights another critical factor. You heard Sanjay say, in today's agentic era, success requires orchestrating multiple tools and finding the right partners who can accelerate your transformation. Competencies like the AI competency we launched last year help customers know which partners to work with. Today, customers can choose from over 300 partners globally who've earned this validation. And these partners are delivering monumental gains for customers. By working with these partners, customers are 30% more likely to deploy AI applications into production. But not only that, they're also able to move them into production 25% faster. This is why we invest in competencies. This is the difference between experimentation that has the illusion of progress and transformation that actually delivers results. And the results are impressive. Let's look at A3 data. They worked with Mater Dei, a major healthcare platform in Brazil. And the Brazilian private hospital sector was losing $1.85 billion each year due to preventable billing errors. And on top of that, hospitals were waiting up to 200 days to get paid. This was due to fragmented revenue cycles, manual processes, and reactive fixes after problems already happened. A3 Data and Mater Dei worked with the AWS GenAI Innovation Center to build a solution that is built on Amazon Bedrock Agent Core. They built 12 autonomous AI agents across the entire revenue cycle, from contract analysis to translating those rules into the ERP system to scheduling, billing, and identification. They continuously monitor the environment. They adapt to changes in contracts, changes in regulation, and operations in real time. And what was the result? Mater Dei is seeing a 517% return on investment. Processes like procedure authorizations that used to take 2 business days are now being completed in 40 minutes. And the most important benefit of getting the revenue cycle right the first time is that now they can focus on improving patient care instead of those manual processes. The vice president, I think they're in the house, vice president at Mater Dei, Renata Salvador, put it best when she said, "When we improve the revenue cycle, we give time back to patients and unlock a billion-dollar opportunity." Now, results like this are why we continue to expand our specializations. And that's why I'm excited that we're launching 3 new agentic AI competency categories: applications, tools, and consulting services. Partners with these specializations meet our high standards for security, reliability, and responsible AI. We're awarding agentic AI competency partners with 50% more marketing development funds and a specialization badge in the AWS Marketplace so customers can find them. With over 100 competencies and specializations to date, we know that our customers demand depth and subject matter expertise from their partners. Customers like Toyota Motor North America face complexity that requires the help of multiple partners with different expertise. To call Toyota's operations large would be an understatement. They have 14 manufacturing plants, making tens of millions of cars and trucks and shipping them to thousands of dealers. With this scale, you can imagine the vast amounts of data that they log. But they faced a big challenge. Their data was scattered across more than 30 systems, manual processes consumed 40% of their time, and the gap between what customers expected and what their supply chain could deliver was growing. So they brought in multiple partners: McKinsey, Deloitte, and AWS, each playing a critical and separate role in their journey. We at AWS provided the toolkit through Amazon Bedrock, SageMaker AI, and Q. McKinsey connected the strategy and built an AI-powered supply chain solution that broke down the data silos and integrated customer insights directly into planning. And Deloitte tackled the technical implementation. They modernized Toyota's infrastructure and built an AI system that simulates different scenarios across supply chain and recommends mitigation strategies. And Toyota realized $1 billion in business value. They reduced inventory by 60%, while their e-commerce sales doubled. Their people became more efficient, and manual effort went down by 40%. And most importantly, their customer satisfaction went up by 15% because now they can predict customer preferences with 85% accuracy. So what's next? Toyota has already identified over 85 supply chain capabilities that could be augmented with agentic AI. Results like Toyota's are why it's so important that customers can easily engage multiple partners, find the right partners, and bring them together to work on these solutions. And that's why I'm excited about the availability of the Gen AI and data solutions for industry track within our Business Outcomes Accelerator, or BOX program. Partners in this track receive support from AWS experts for building agentic industry solutions, They get go-to-market support and co-selling incentives. Now, we launched Box in 2024, and since then, we've helped over 400 solutions be created, tailored to customer needs in the industries in which they operate. We've learned what it takes for partners to make a difference. And we have found that the best partners all do one thing exceptionally well. They know how to help customers get value out of their data to reveal entirely new possibilities, even in the most unexpected, unforgiving, and uncontrollable places, like surfing in the ocean. In surfing, factors like wave velocity, weather conditions, and region can vary in an unpredictable way from second to second. Now, most sports live within a confined stadium or track. But what happens when your sports arena is the vast ocean? The ocean's unpredictability is no longer a barrier, it is an asset. Let's take a look.
One of the most important raw materials in any sport is data.
This is easy to capture because there's a predefined stadium. There's a lot of infrastructure that can capture analytics.
But with surfing, you do not have that consistency. They're trying to compete at the highest level in all these waves, and every one is different. It's truly man against nature. They're 200 or 300 yards offshore in really challenging conditions. It's very, very unforgiving.
So how do we capture all these insights in an environment that we can't control?
This was a monumental challenge that we met together with All Cloud.
The World Surf League brilliantly came up with the idea of wearables that can track heart rate and biodata, the duration of their time on the wave, the path that they took.
Miles per hour. Every second, we're collecting about 100 data points. We're doing that for tens of thousands of waves a year.
This is a lot of data that we need to consolidate really quickly. And with Amazon Bedrock, commentators, through natural language and generative AI, can get this information pretty instantaneously and form it into a story that's impactful.
We can truly start to understand why one person's performance is better than another's. We are here in service of the surfers. And I can't make the waves better. But what I can do is collect data and help them understand how to perform better. It's going to change the future of the sport.
These outcomes aren't just possible for surfing. They're possible for every industry ready to turn their data into an intelligence layer that delivers a competitive advantage. But here's what's great. You don't have to wait. At AWS, we're enabling customers to activate their data from day one, regardless of where it resides. With this approach, customers can immediately benefit from AI-powered applications while they evolve their data strategy. And as customers migrate to the cloud, as they modernize their data, they can unlock even more powerful outcomes. But they can start now. And we're giving you the tools to do just that. First up, AWS Transform. This is an AI service designed to help assess, migrate, and modernize customer workloads. Since it became generally available earlier this year, customers and partners have already saved over 800,000 hours of manual effort. They've analyzed over 1 billion lines of mainframe code, and they've saved over 380 developer years of work. This is the kind of change that feels like discovering a hidden shortcut. And just this week, we announced AWS Transform Custom to modernize any code, APIs, frameworks, runtime, and language translations with agents, and it can be tailored to your environment. But we're not stopping there. I am thrilled about the general availability of composability in AWS Transform. With composability, partners can now integrate their own tools, agents, and knowledge bases. They can build customer workflows and deliver all of these seamlessly within AWS Transform. Already, partners like Pega, Capgemini, and Accenture are building integrations using their deep industry and domain knowledge. Look at customers like Western Union, who are benefiting from these integrations. Their retail money order application needed to deliver real-time transactions globally. So they partnered with Accenture, who used their financial services industry expertise to build a banking knowledge-based agent. With Accenture's agent and AWS Transform composability, Western Union modernized their system. They analyzed 2.4 million lines of mainframe code, and they achieved a 2x increase in speed. And these results are not unique. They are the outcome of a deep understanding of what it takes for customers to turn migration complexity into repeatable science. And we believe every customer and every partner should be leveraging AWS Transform. If you're a customer working with one of these partners, you can access these solutions today in the AWS Transform console. And if you're a partner, apply in AWS Partner Central to get started. But we know that migration challenges aren't just about the technology and tools. They're actually about people, process, and change management to bring it all together. And we've uncovered these roadblocks, and we've codified a winning approach that we are now extending to our partners. This February, we launched the Experience-Based Acceleration Certification for Partners. Experience-Based Acceleration, or EBA, was developed by the AWS Worldwide Specialist Organization, working with thousands of customers over multiple years, including BMW, SAP, Boeing, Samsung, BBC, the list goes on. And consistently, they've learned what it takes to take a stalled migration and turn it into a success story. So today, there are over 70 certified partners worldwide scaling EBAs to customers. Out of all of the tools we make available to customers and partners, I am really excited about the ones we've shared, but I'm very excited to talk about the one that we believe stands out as the most powerful go-to-market scaling engine, and that is the AWS Marketplace. In July of this year, we launched the AWS Agents and Tools on Marketplace to make it easier for customers to discover, deploy, integrate, and manage thousands of AI offerings, models, and solutions from large companies like Calent, Snowflake, and IBM, or from the world's most innovative startups like Fireworks AI, Tonic, and LangChain, all driving net new business through the AWS Marketplace. What we hear consistently from partners is that AWS Marketplace has become their highest performing, fastest growing go-to-market channel. With global scale, localization capabilities, and a large customer base, the AWS Marketplace expands any partner's reach. It can give them up to a 4 to 5x increase in deal size, growing their top-line revenue, and at the same time, gaining up to 40% net new customers and business, expanding their customer relationships. All of these partner results translate directly into customer impact, because the AWS Marketplace illuminates the path for customers to find the right partner. Today, we're seeing individual partners generate over $1 billion in sales through the AWS Marketplace in just a calendar year. Today, we're seeing individual partners generate that, including Datadog, who's crossed $2 billion through the AWS Marketplace, Snowflake, who's crossed $3 billion, and Salesforce, who's also crossed $3 billion through the AWS Marketplace. One of our most exciting new integrations is with Salesforce. Together, we're launching Agentforce 360 for AWS, available exclusively in the AWS Marketplace early next year. This is built on the Salesforce platform, running entirely on AWS. It provides access to foundation models through Amazon Bedrock. And so why do customers benefit? And why do they trust Agentforce? There are 3 key reasons. First and foremost, something we are all very passionate about, security. Customer data never leaves the Salesforce AWS trust boundary. Second is transparency. The Atlas reasoning engine shows customers exactly how the agents think, plan, and take action. And third, accuracy. The prompt builder delivers AI that's grounded in the customer's own data, so the responses are actually relevant to their business. Customers already love Salesforce on AWS, and now with Agent 360 coming to the AWS Marketplace, we're really excited about customers getting compliant, trusted agents at scale with streamlined procurement and a faster ROI. It is innovations like these that are making Salesforce and other companies lead our marketplace billionaires. But we want to see this type of growth for all of our partners, including startups. It is part of AWS's founding philosophy to democratize access to the best technology in the world, technology that was once only available to the biggest companies with the most resources. Startup partners are seeing their marketplace sales increase on average 130% year over year. And when we look at companies like Vanta, an agent trust platform provider, they've seen private offers on AWS Marketplace increase by 700% year over year. And many of them are growing through a product-led motion, or PLG. In fact, today, over 80% of the transaction volume in the AWS Marketplace is already self-service. A big part of accelerating conversion rates is making every seller's listing differentiated and relevant to the customers they're seeking out. That's why we've built self-service features that you can take advantage of, like free trials, self-service demos and private offers, and rich media uploads to bring your solution to life. Self-service is growing, but we also know that many customers still prefer to buy through private offers. So just as Amazon has transformed the retail shopping experience and made it simple, we're bringing that same DNA to IT procurement in the AWS Marketplace. We're taking what we do best, building world-class marketplaces and applying it to how businesses discover, purchase, and deploy cloud solutions. So that's why I'm happy to share that Express private offers are now generally available. Sellers can offer flexible pricing. Thank you. Sellers can now offer flexible pricing at scale, aligned to defined rates and parameters, and then focus their sales teams on more strategic deals, the ones that require more time. But let's keep going. Throughout the examples we've shared, we've seen that the most difficult customer problems need multiple partners, multiple products, and multiple services. Well, we've taken our obsession with simplicity further. That's why I'm excited about this week's launch of multi-product solutions in the AWS Marketplace. Now customers have the ability to procure end-to-end solutions. These solutions bring together multiple software products, including SaaS and agents, as well as professional services from different partners, all in one package. Customers work with a single lead seller. They purchase the solution through a unified flow. They maintain the flexibility to manage the terms for each solution component. And for the first time, customers can now find and buy curated, comprehensive solutions that include both partner and AWS first-party services together. For example, Amazon Connect, Deloitte worked with AWS and put together a package built on Amazon Connect. They used enhanced AWS AI capabilities, and they created TrueServe, an intelligent self-service contact center option for automotive and insurance services. Working with Amazon QuickSuite, integrations with Box and other ISVs help enhance customer productivity by unlocking the ability for quick to orchestrate agents. Now, I've just talked about a lot of launches and capabilities, but I don't want to just talk about them. I want you to see them. So let's bring these launches to life with our Vice President of Marketplace and Partner Services and our resident magician, Matt Yanshishin.
First, let me show you how we're revolutionizing custom deals with AI. Say I'm a CISO and I'm ready to buy a security solution. I know what I want and how much I need. Even though it's a smaller purchase, what stands between me and buying the solution is a bunch of phone calls and emails to negotiate the terms. And this could take weeks. This solution supports our recent launch, Express Private Offers. It leverages AI to deliver custom pricing to customers automatically. So let's start an Express request. I answer a few simple questions like how much I want to buy, how long I'll need it, what I'll use it for, and I enter some company information. When I'm done, I click Generate My Offer. And just like that, I receive a personalized quote with custom pricing, all at the speed of self-service. Based on the information I shared, AI qualified me against the seller's criteria and rate cards automatically and issued me a 15% discount. We're the only leading cloud marketplace to use AI to deliver personalized pricing to customers in minutes. This is a game changer for customers and all partners. Whether you're a large enterprise handling thousands of requests or a small partner looking to compete more effectively, you can close more deals faster and reduce operational overhead. But there are a lot of times that customers know the problem they have, but they don't exactly know what they need. So for our second example, say I'm a CIO looking for a zero trust solution. I can now use agent mode, the new conversational discovery experience that we just launched. I can access the new experience on the AWS Marketplace website or through an AI application that I've connected to the publicly available MCP server. So let's start on the website. I'll describe my use case to create a project. I can upload my business needs and tech specifications, and this could be like a formal RFP or tech specs document, or just a simple list. AWS Marketplace securely processes what I've shared and stores it in a secure, isolated environment until I delete the project or the project expires. Behind the scenes, Agent Mode searches over 30,000 solutions on the AWS Marketplace to find the most relevant options. It uses multiple AI solutions like Anthropic Claude and Amazon Nova Web Grounding, all through Amazon Bedrock. Nova Web Grounding is kind of like an intelligent research assistant. It breaks down my requirements and coordinates multiple specialized agents to evaluate solutions. And once it's done, I'm presented with 3 solutions and an AI-generated summary explaining their relevance to my use case. Next, I can dive deeper into the options with in-depth comparisons. An agent provides me with comparisons that are tailored to my needs. It uses AWS data, verified vendor information, real-time insights from the web to personalize the comparison to the requirements that I've shared. Looking at these solutions as a CIO, I think I need to know more about the security capabilities. So to get this information, I just type my additional requests for security capabilities into the sidebar, and just like that, a comparison table automatically adds a new box with details for data protection. We are the only leading cloud marketplace offering a dynamic solution comparisons personalized just for you. From here, I can generate a purchase proposal to share with my internal stakeholders that's tailored to my needs. And based on my requirements, I see that Presidio's solution really stands out, particularly the natural language policy management and the MCP server inspection provided by Zscaler. So let's navigate to the solution page to learn more. Ruba just mentioned multi-product solutions. Here's what it looks like in action. This is a comprehensive security solution that combines Zscaler's Zero Trust solution and MCP server with Presidio's expert implementation services. So if I look at my use cases, I can see how this solution addresses my challenge. It connects users directly to authorized applications instead of entire networks. This is exactly what I need to streamline secure user access. As I move down the page, I can see that Presidio's solution includes multiple products and services, and it helps me understand how they work together. We just launched variable payments for marketplace professional services, so Presidio can invoice me based on outcomes, on time and materials, on project milestones, giving me the flexible payment options that align with my implementation journey. I can click on any of the solutions to learn more or read their reviews. Now that I understand the solution and its components, I'll request custom pricing through a private offer. Next, let's look at how we've simplified the procurement process. I've received a private offer for the solution. In AWS Marketplace, instead of managing multiple purchasing processes with multiple vendors, I can now negotiate the solution with one partner, Presidio. We know that doing business globally is complex, from navigating international tax compliance to managing multiple currencies. That's why I'm excited to share that we've expanded our localization support. Let's say I'm a French customer and I want to pay in euros. I can. Let's say I'm a Japanese customer and I want to pay in yen. I can. This isn't just currency conversion and translation. We provide true local invoicing. This means local bank support, end-to-end local currency support, and region-specific tax treatments. You can even download an offer for one of the solution components in your own language and send it to your finance team for approval. Everything is handled automatically. This makes global procurement easier. Woo! All that's left is to complete the purchase by reviewing each offer and clicking Accept Offer Set. But we all know it doesn't stop at just subscription. That's why AWS Marketplace helps quickly deploy solutions. In this case, I can deploy the Zscaler MCP server for this multi-product solution that I just purchased directly to Amazon Bedrock Agent Core. In just a few clicks, I can launch the Zscaler Agent tool on Agent Core Runtime, which provides a secure serverless hosting environment for deploying and running AI agents. Thanks to our integration with Agent Core, you no longer have to manage deployments yourself. You can also integrate with your remote MCP server API-based product with anything with an open API specification directly into Agent Core Gateway from AWS Marketplace. And finally, I have the flexibility to manage each component of the solution independently, all in the AWS Marketplace console. So let's take a step back and just think about what we just accomplished. We received custom pricing without needing to contact the seller with express private offers. We used AI to analyze my requirements to identify 3 solutions that match my needs. We evaluated my options with dynamic comparisons using agent mode. We purchased a multi-product solution with components from multiple vendors in one purchasing flow. We seamlessly handled procurement across international boundaries. And then we deployed the agent tool into Amazon Bedrock Agent Core. I mean, what other marketplace allows you to do all of that? For partners, this is your opportunity to package expertise and technology to address specific customer needs. You can close more deals even faster. So what are you waiting for? Some of our most innovative partners, including Deloitte, Okta, Accenture, Elastic, have already built multi-product solutions in the AWS Marketplace. In fact, we have over 60 cutting-edge solutions available today, and the early adopters are gaining a significant competitive advantage. So don't get left behind. Customers, start exploring these solutions in AWS Marketplace, and partners, start packaging solutions today. We're building the future of solution delivery right here in AWS Marketplace. Thank you. Back to you, Ruba.
All right, you can see the team has been busy. And you can also see that they're passionate about driving a simple and secure experience for our customers and partners. And one of the ways that we're doing that is by providing a security strategy that integrates partners seamlessly. Partners like CrowdStrike. I'm excited about the launch of automated discovery and deployment for the CrowdStrike Falcon Next-Gen SIEM. This solution makes it easier to provision AWS resources across multi-accounts and multi-region environments. It integrates with AWS security services so customers can manage their security operations all in one place. Using CrowdStrike's AI Investigator and Amazon Event Bridge, customers get near real-time ingestion of security findings, threat detection, and remediation. We're also introducing a pay-as-you-go pricing option for customers so they can start protecting their environments right away and scale with their needs. And CrowdStrike is one of our billionaires that's crossed $1 billion on AWS Marketplace. Now, we are not stopping there in terms of simplifying the security experience. Last month, we launched the AWS Identity and Access Management Temporary Delegation. Now, with this feature, customers can safely delegate to partners to perform initial deployments, maintenance, or upgrades on their behalf. Think about that. This reduces setup time, it reduces operational overhead, and it keeps customers in complete control. Since then, we've already seen partners like Vercel, Databricks, SentinelOne, and others use this feature to build better onboarding experiences for customers, putting them in control. And this control is more important than ever in the agentic era. One of the exciting things about agents is that they work in a non-deterministic way. But that means you need a new security foundation, one that is purpose-built for this nature of agents. That's where Amazon Bedrock Agent Core is redefining the future of security in the agentic era. It is the most advanced agentic platform to build, deploy, and operate agents securely at scale. So with Agent Core, customers and partners have built-in protection for every agent they create. And I want to take a closer look at a few of these capabilities and what they mean for you. First, you need to know that your agents are isolated. That's where Agent Core Runtime comes in. Each session runs in its own dedicated micro VM, separate CPU, memory, and file system. While running, sessions are completely separated, helping to safeguard against reasoning leaks or cross-session data contamination. And once a session ends, everything is sanitized, clean, and secure. AWS partner Genpact is using Agent Core Runtime to enable Apex FinTech solutions. They've created isolated execution environments for specialized agents. Those agents have processed 1.8 million daily trades across millions of brokerage accounts, reducing false positives and improving case resolution time. And by improving the investigative efficiency, they've delivered better operational oversight, protecting those millions of brokerage accounts. Second is Agent Core Observability, which provides the ability to follow your agent's actions, their reasoning steps, their tool calls, their model interactions. And because it is open telemetry compatible, it works seamlessly with our partners' observability solutions, partners like Traceloop, Dynatrace, and Langfuse, and so on, giving customers and partners the ability to integrate into the tools they already rely on. And last but not least, think of agents as users of your systems. Just like people, each one needs to be authenticated and authorized in a deliberate manner. And that's where Agent Core Identity comes in. You get seamless identity and access management across AWS services and third-party applications like Slack and Zoom in just a few lines of code. And it integrates with your existing identity provider, whether it's Okta, Entra ID, or Amazon Cognito. And that is why we aim for AWS to be the most secure place to build agents for your innovations. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce someone who is very passionate about security and even more passionate about your ability to build, AWS CEO Matt Garman. All right, Matt, I love it. Second year in a row, you're wearing a jacket for the partners.
I did, but thank you.
Awesome.
I get dressed up for you guys.
Well, it's also your second year as CEO here, so thank you very much for joining us. And how's reInvent been for you so far?
Fantastic. It's every year I come, and it is, I know it, and then I come here, and just the energy in the halls is awesome. And my favorite part actually is hearing customers and partners learning from each other, talking to each other. Part of my favorite part is for all you that this week is also your best week of the year and your biggest week of the year to get to talk to customers, and super exciting. So thank you all for all you do, and thank you for all being here.
All right, well, we've got one more applause-generating slide before we get into the talk track, and I know you usually congratulate our partner award winners.
Oh, yes, sorry, that was for me. So, congratulations to all of our partner award winners. We really appreciate you in all of the areas that you do. Actually, we appreciate all of the partners, but in particular, congratulations to the award winners. You guys had a fantastic year. Thank you very much.
All right. All right, so Matt, you've been with AWS since the beginning. I think you were at the first business plan, and you've seen a massive technological shift, obviously. Now, we're entering a completely different shift here with this agentic era. And I want to double click specifically on partners. What is your vision for how AWS partners can succeed in this agentic era and drive innovation for our customers?
Yeah, it's an incredible opportunity. And as you all know, from the time that we started AWS, we knew partners are critical to our own customer success and to your customer success. And I think now more than ever, our joint customers need you all. It is a time of incredible change. Technology has never moved as fast as it's moving right now. And when you go talk to the enterprises out there in the hall, they are looking for guidance. They're looking for help. They're looking for someone that can get them to where they need to be. They know that this technology is transformative. They know that their industries are changing, their business is changing, and they need help to get there. They need help thinking about their organizational structure. They need software that's going to help them get there. They need technical advice on how to get there. And you all know their businesses better than anyone. and you hopefully know the AWS technologies better than anyone. And combining those two, I think, is a really powerful solution to help customers really get the value out of AI that they're all hoping to.
And Matt, you had some key announcements in your keynote. One of them was about AI factories and what we're doing with NVIDIA and partners like Humane. And what role do you see these partners playing in things like that?
I think across all of the announcements that we did and will do this week, you all are a critical component of that. If you think something like an AI factory, think about AI factories as taking advantage of very large customers that have existing data centers and a data center and power footprint that they want to kind of land. Think about it as like, outposts on steroids kind of a thing. It's like really a big AI implementation in a customer data center. That's a place where you can help. If you think about agents, customers all think that they are going to completely redo how their software works inside, how their processes work inside, how everything that they do works inside. They need your help to do that. A number of the things that we've launched. And from a technology partner point of view, we have an incredible ecosystem of technology partners. You mentioned NVIDIA as one of them, but all the things that we come to offer together to AWS, we can't build all of them. We build some of them, but not all of them. And our partners are a big part of what we deliver.
So I want to touch on something that you mentioned in your keynote, that Swami talked about in his keynote, which is customers transforming, and it's gone from the age of a bunch of pilots to really trying to get value out of production.
Yeah.
And so you've got a unique, vantage point here, speaking with thousands and thousands of customers on how this market is evolving.
Yeah.
And I'd love to just hear from you, what should partners do to prepare themselves to help customers actually take advantage of this?
Yeah. And what I'll say is we've all kind of seen this transition. I would say 2 years ago, even a year ago, still customers were in the proof of concept stage. They were trying to figure out how they really get to production. You talk to every customer now, they are not in that proof of concept stage. They don't necessarily know exactly how they're going to get into production. They don't know how they're going to drive the value, but they're starting to see those workloads. And those are the workloads that are landing on AWS, right? Proof of concepts might have launched lots of places or wherever they tried to launch them. But when customers actually get to where do I want my production workloads to be, they want them where their application is running, they want them where their data is running, and they are landing those on AWS, and they need your help to do that. I was just at in a room full of enterprises earlier, and I asked them to raise their hand as to which of you think that you're gonna see positive ROI from your AI investments in the next 6 months, and I would say 80% of the hands went up. Like, people are really seeing this is no longer an experiment, this is not something I'm doing because my board asked me to look at AI. This is real value that they're going to get for their business. It's going to drive revenue. It's going to drive costs down. People are seeing it, and the opportunity is really there.
And I think a lot of our partners are applying it for their own business models as well. Consulting partners, ISVs, and so on, how they're transforming their businesses. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, you absolutely have to do that because, look, the transformation that's coming, when I say it, it's going to affect every single job in every single industry. That includes all of your jobs and all of your industries as well, and ours as well. Like, we all have to be thinking about this. We have to think about how we're delivering solutions differently. We have to think about how we're building software differently. We have to think about all of those pieces. And so if each and every one of you is not thinking about your company as how it's transforming, you're going to have a hard time helping and incredibly talking to our customers and tell them how to transform. And so it really is thinking about that disruption is coming. And there's enormous opportunity, by the way, for you all to double your business, to cut costs and to deliver more for customers, but you've got to take it just as seriously as we tell all of our customers we have to be taking it. I know when we think about internally at Amazon, that's exactly what we do. We go and push on our teams and say, how are you going to deliver 30% more without adding resources? How are you thinking about delivering double the amount that you did on your roadmap last year that you're going to do this year? How are you thinking about completely changing how you go to market, how you help customers? We're doing that. You all need to be doing that too.
So speaking of massive opportunity,
yeah,
I know AWS in the last Amazon earnings call, we talked about making a massive infrastructure investment. I just wanted to ask, from your perspective, why is AWS making these investments, and what do you think that means for partners?
Yeah, it is just this, look, you don't often get such a massive opportunity to go after a space like cloud computing is right now. And I often talk to our teams about the opportunity that we have in AWS. AWS, in a relatively short amount of time, has grown to be a $132 billion business. That is a very large business. But we're still growing at 20% year over year, and that growth rate is accelerating. That means we're thinking about how do we become a $300 billion business, a $400 billion business? And when you go to, and that's the opportunity size that's all in front of us and in front of all of you, because the amount of business that you run on top of that is many multiple of times bigger than that. And so when you think of that opportunity, that's a massive amount of capital investment. It's a massive amount of opportunity. And that's what we're excited about. It takes investment to get there, but the opportunity is really significant. And I am convinced that we're at the very earliest stages of what the demand is going to look like for this business.
Yeah, and speaking of the opportunity for partners, we commissioned a study recently, completely third party, but for every $1 of AWS services that a partner is deploying at a customer, they're realizing $7.13 from that, which is...
That's pretty awesome. That means if we're going to go build a $400 billion business, that's something like $2 trillion, $3 trillion business for all of you. That is a massive opportunity, and we all have to go after and grab it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Matt. I know we've only got you for a short period of time here, but I want you to give any last words you've got for the partner community.
No, I think mostly I'll start just one more time with a thank you. I say this, but I really mean it. Our business would not be what it is without all of you. Our customers would not be on that same transformation journey without all of you. And so part of that excitement that is out there in the halls and that you hear from everybody here is due to you. And so thank you. It's that thriving ecosystem that's incredibly impactful. And I really do believe that we are at such an inflection point of technology where change is going to be significant. And anytime there's change, there's risk of disruption, but there's huge opportunities out there. And really looking forward to going after it with all of you. So thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Matt was recently quoted in an article where he said, "Partners are the lifeblood of AWS's business," and we absolutely believe that. Every year, we gather in Las Vegas to celebrate the astonishing speed of technological advancement. We constantly think about what to disrupt next. We're fixated on the future. But what if the next innovation is safeguarding a 40,000-year-old legacy? What if our collective ingenuity is to protect stories, records, traditions, and the sovereignty of generations who came before us? For the Napui, technology can act as a guardian, or a kaitiaki, of indigenous knowledge derived from their values. Kiwa Digital and Custom D challenge us to rethink how we develop and deploy AI, setting a new standard for responsible innovation. Let's take a look.
I descend from the Napui tribe and also the Ngāti Paki and Ngāti Rehia sub-tribes. The mission here is to help bridge cultural divides, help Indigenous groups preserve their knowledge and amplify the Indigenous voice using technology. Culture Q. It's an AI-powered platform that's designed to help Indigenous groups collect, preserve and share their cultural data and narrative. Through the AWS Partner Network, we're able to leverage Custom D's expertise in generative AI.
So Kochiku and Caitlin talk to each other. Caitlin is an ethical and private AI system. We like to call it a kaitiaki, a guardian. It only looks at the knowledge base that these communities are building themselves.
At the heart of this is data sovereignty. Many Indigenous groups require local residency to uphold the law, the customs and control. The local AWS regions reduce our risk, grow confidence and most importantly, allow us to gain the trust.
Knowledge is power. Holding your own knowledge and being able to empower your people with it, being able to tell the stories the way that you want to.
What we're doing now, looking at the future with AI and Kochiku, we're continuing that mahi, we're continuing that navigation into the future. It's building a great foundation for all the kids. It's enabling them to have all these tools and have all of our knowledge in one place so that they can be empowered to make really bold decisions in the future.
The solution started with the Maori data lens, a framework that embedded their values directly into the solution from the beginning. This ensured a respect for ancestral sovereignty requirements, and it led to zero trust security, customer-managed encryption keys and guardrails that automatically identify and protect that sacred content based on that community's defined rules, all built to honor and preserve knowledge, culture, and history for generations to come. The lesson is clear. Whether transforming supply chains and customer experiences, reimagining a sport, or preserving cultural heritage, successful AI starts with modern infrastructure, ready-to-use data, and enterprise-grade security, all with AWS and our partners. We're solving problems so unique, yet so revolutionary, that I am amazed every single day. What we accomplish often feels like magic, but here's the truth. What we call magic is really just science. Science that gives you confidence to transform your business today so you can discover a better future. You push boundaries, distill imagination into tangible form, and make what once seemed impossible entirely achievable. We started off with an Arthur C. Clarke quote, that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. What we share today shows that magic isn't mythical, it is methodical. But magic only works when it surprises us, when it shocks us, and when it inspires awe. That means we can't settle on successes we see today. Yesterday's innovations are no longer enough. And that is why at AWS, we invent so you can reinvent. I want to thank the team that helped put this on. Thank you for the partnership, and have a great rest of your week.